Hey there, everybody on Twitch. We are ready for some Wednesday Pirates. The cold south going upon the crystal sea. It is time. Now, if you want to ever play any other games, you can go ahead and go to startplaying.game/GM/GMBalo. And if you want to support what's going on and make our everything even better and improve it, you can support us by going to Coffee and following the link in the chat and join our Discord where you can meet us and have some fun. It'd be great. But you can help our amazing sea crew of the Wild Bloom today by giving some inspiration in chat with your channel points, as well as increasing their loot should you so desire with some treasure boosts. So, our music today is provided by Tabletop Audio. So go to them, and they got amazing free-to-use music that enhances the game quite wonderfully. So, after a harrowing battle upon the Crystal Sea, we have our crew finishing up freeing their ship from the ice. Their first mate, Jajal, sipping mocktails up in Nicodranus, nice and warm, going for a much-needed supply run with their teleportation helmet. Though possibly not the best negotiator that they could have sent to do the job. Still waiting for the final supplies to get finished. We move back, a cold wind whipping around our ill-prepared, clothed crew, tending some of their wounds from the recent attack of ice like creatures, 2 arms and 4 legs wandering around upon the Crystal Sea, and getting free to begin to travel once more. So, in the dark, cold, what would you like to do?
I believe I was still underwater, so and I think Mal was also, so I would drag Mal up if he doesn't have a swim speed.
He does not.
Okay, so I would drag us back up to be able to get above board again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Simon, through the whale's mouth, dragged it up and into the ship. So Simon's out of the water.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had pushed
right.
the body of one thing to cover a hole, so it suctioned, and then
from the shadow orca attack,
and then Simon just ripped the other one halfway into the ship.
Yeah, just grabbed the tail, swam up, jumped in, and just got stuck. He wasn't trying to plug the hole; he was trying to just get it in. He thought that was the goal, and kind of.
So yeah, get Mal and myself up onto the ship. Desperately ask Cassandra to press the digitate dry so that we don't freeze to death.
She complies and is able to get you dry as you start to realize you have the hole in the bottom of the ship that currently is being lessened by the large shadow orca that is stuck in the bottom.
Once dry,
I'm imagining like everybody going to Cassandra for prestidigitation, and like I'm there.
I thought you were below deck. I figured she was closer.
No, I got myself. I'm good.
Simon doesn't care. He's just going to be wet and cold.
Let's see someone takes care of you.
Yeah.
But definitely chilled from the sea now. All right.
So
Thanks,
with
Jake
the-
Herg, for inspiration.
With the holes sort of plugged right now, I'm going to use create and destroy water from my ring to destroy the water that's on board. Since the holes
Okay.
are plugged, and the water, we would have to like bucket this all the way up and out.
Right. Yep. Very good. So, taking some time here to do a bit at a time, you begin clearing the
I mean,
path,
I-
feeling the boat rise slightly as you get the water out.
I don't know that I have enough charges to do all of the water, but it should lower it at least a little bit.
Oh, that's right. That's a. Let's see here. Destroy up to 10 gallons. I gotcha. How many do you want to cast?
Let's see here.
Don't forget your new ability to recharge stuff.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and use my ability to get 4 charges back, and then I'm going to burn 4 charges. I'll burn 5. I'll keep 4 on hand.
Okay.
So,
That's
burn 5 charges.
5 casts.
5 casts. Yep.
Okay. Very good. So that would be 50 gallons of water. So I said they got up to about 5. All right. So there's roughly 500 gallons that it took on. So that'll get us down to 450.
Can the seedlings move buckets of water as long as they don't go above deck?
Yeah, you can get them to at least get them onto
So yeah,
the ship.
I would get Cinemoris to have them organize like a bucket relay so we can get this done while like Mal, Simon, and I are at the top end dumping it over the edge.
Yeah, and I would say probably I would imagine at least one of those destroy waters is to kind of dry the boat in a sense. The harder to reach water as it gets lower. So in that case, I'm going to say it takes about an extra hour here to fix that as the ice is taken care of on the other side, which means just as the work is completed,
Oh no.
We refreeze.
with a large bag of stuff popping up onto the lower deck. Jajal.
Is
So-
everybody? Oh, go ahead.
I think you might actually still have to roll a die, I believe.
Oh, to get back.
Yeah, roll a D100, I believe. Yeah, roll a D100.
No, Cassandra put a flower.
That's
from
right. I
the
forgot
field
that.
on
The
him.
flower. We did the flower thing. That's right.
Well, I got a 76 regardless.
We're good. I was trying to remember. Yep. Okay. You are back.
Oh man, you guys would not believe shopping was horrendous.
Horrendous, huh?
Yeah, like wait. Why is it wet?
Uh huh.
Do you have my iron? I need it for something other than what I initially expected.
About that.
What do you mean about that?
Okay, so to get clothes for everybody, I had
Joel, is that a tan?
a tan. No, I'm furry. What?
No, like your pigmentation, like your nose is a little darker than it was when you left. I'm just asking.
It was only a few hours.
We have holes in the ship that's going to have to be closed by your hide, apparently.
He doesn't
Wait.
float very well, though.
Why did you put holes in the ship?
We. You sweet summer child. No.
Why don't you go take a peek down in the hold, and you tell me what put holes in the ship?
Like, I'm gonna be able to tell what happened here.
Oh no, you'll be able to tell.
Okay, so I'll go take a look.
While he's
No.
going down there, Simon's gonna walk over to Mal and be like, "What's shopping?"
All right. So sometimes you go places for no reason other than to buy things. Like with money. Money. You've heard of money? Yes.
No.
Okay. We'll work on this. No problem. Tell you what, kid. Let me hold your money for a while. It'll be fine.
I
And-
don't think I have any.
But you will. And the important part is that I hold it.
Okay.
In the background, you hear, "What the hell happened?"
He found the fishies.
I come running back up. It was a few hours. What happened?
Some more of them shadow orcas came to visit.
I thought everybody was going to bed and we were calling it good.
Yes, Mal and I were trying to chip our way out of the ice with some ice picks Cinnamorris made, and the ship was nearly launched into the air by their strikes from below.
Apparently, they don't respect quiet hours.
Don't forget, he also missed the six-limbed lizards.
Wait, I remember fighting some lizards.
No, yeah, those
Those
he
are
fought.
orcas, yeah.
Were you there for the lizards?
The
Yeah.
frosty ones.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, where's the damned clothes then?
Here, let's get warm. Let's do this. I'll take one of the really raggedy type, like thrown together ones for myself. Since I think there was... Oh, I had this written down. Ah! Hold on. I got caught up on my cord. Let's see. I was able to get 6 sets of cold weather gear, and then some assorted cloth, and then 40 gold worth of iron ingots. So, Kale, here's what all I was able to get, but I can help get us some more in a little bit. Is this gonna be enough?
I mean, there's 7 of us. There's more than that. Never mind. Cassandra.
Well, that's what I was gonna take. Like, we had gotten extra like assorted cloth so that way we could like piece together whatever
Yeah.
was left over, and then I'll just take whatever like hodgepodge set that just keeps us kind of warm.
All right. Does anyone have tailoring tools or something similar?
No.
Nope.
On the bright side,
I have
Conch should be like half a
leatherworking
cloak.
tools. If a lot of this is leather,
I'll give you a leather working. We'll do that for this. So
int or dex based.
we'll do dex on this.
Okay. I ask because the dex one is only plus 11.
What'd you get?
29.
Nice.
You're able to make some good cold weather gear. So since y'all decided to take like the made stuff, he actually took the best ones because you outdid the ones he bought.
Oh, come! Everyone's gonna hate me. Oh boy.
So, does that mean everybody's got cold weather gear now?
Yes.
Okay.
And Cassandra and Jajal apparently have the best ones.
Yes. Cassandra was like, just take it in. Yes, thank you. Very cool. All right, so took some time, an hour or two to do that. How do you want to proceed with the ship?
Do we go to sleep now?
No. Last time that went really badly. So I say we keep moving because last time it iced over, and then the sharky thing he's attacked. I mean, the village can't be that far, right?
It's still 19 hours of travel.
So can we get into wet water and not ice water, maybe, and then like try to make better time?
This is the only type of water that's around.
I dislike this water. This is not good water.
It is why it is called the Crystal Sea.
That's not crystal. All right, I will at least attempt to make as much progress as possible. Not going too fast as success last time. Like we're not trying to ram into big chunks of ice for fun and profit. There'll be some way to keep steadily plodding along towards our nominal objective without getting stuck in ice again and getting even more angry shark attacks.
Yeah, but we do need to rest as well, because we were at that point, and I think all the casters had gone to bed, but they only got a short rest.
I can sleep in the village.
Mal,
Hmm?
I hate to be a pedant here, but ice is crystalline in structure.
First magic, now science. I'll just go under deck.
All right.
So arguments against me continuing to plow forward while you guys sleep again?
I'm only conscious because of Kaya's buff, so I'm gonna go to sleep. You can wake me up for last watch.
I will squeal.
I'll join you since
Mal, right?
Mal, yeah.
No.
No, I feel like I'm gonna get stabbed if I pretend to go to sleep now.
Jajal, is that a fruit drink I'm smelling?
What?
Nothing.
Yeah, he had
Never
like
mind.
bag in one hand, this little like coconut drink in the other.
What drink? I don't know what you're talking about.
Then Jajal's like, "Oh, well, that trip was just exhausting. It's time for bed."
No, I can read the room. I'm gonna get murdered.
You to us or us to you, whichever one. It's fine.
Oh man. Yeah, feeling a little guilty for missing all the fun. He would definitely go down and help out.
Fun.
Okay.
So to be clear, I'm voluntarily willing to take a point of exhaustion to get closer overnight. Not
You can roll for it if you want.
meaning,
Right. It would yeah, I'll deal with it.
Okay.
I got it. The other thing I gotta know is how are you dealing, if at all, with the ship issue?
So we're taking on some water. We're mostly plugged, right? So we're not going to be fast, but we're not like sinking, right?
Right, but it's plugged with the orca.
With the orcas.
So as long as no other orca comes along sufficiently hungry, we're fine.
Well, the orca would also drag, and so
It just
moving
slows us down, right?
might unplug them.
All right.
Should we wait until the ship fully consumes it?
That's gonna take a while.
Guys, you got a sec?
Yes, sir.
I'll come down to you, no problem. Just walk into the mid decks and ask the question.
You can go to the war room.
What's the easiest way, good sir, to either consume, patch, seal, or make us more streamlined so we can make a little more progress? What do you think?
Yeah. Our regeneration is slowed in the cold.
Okay.
We would need, with no sun, to further, if we wanted to regenerate the boat faster, we could put myself and all the seedlings into hibernation. That would eliminate some of our energy supply and allow us to put more of that until the repairing. Then after that, until we get to actual sunlight, we will not be able to recharge.
So, how much energy draw are you guys? Like significant or like just a little bit?
Not significant, though. Currently, without regenerating the ship, or regenerating at a very slow rate, we're able to be fine with the dim light that is in this place. But if you're looking to fix it faster, then we would use the reserves and have nothing to reuse it with.
Okay.
We'd essentially all go dormant, like seeds.
What if you fed off of the
I am
orca that died?
in this moment. I am mildly wondering if I shouldn't have taken my wizard levels.
I mean, if you're gonna go second check yourself, like, should we have dumped those trees off on Dark Toe or kept the light source for ourselves? Right. Option B. Well, that.
Because at next level for me, one more level in Artificer as a warden, and I'd have plant growth.
Yeah. Decisions. What was the question you asked, guys?
Is there a faster way to heal or a better way to do this? And his
Oh, yeah.
answer was more or less, you can put us to sleep for a while. It won't save us a ton of energy.
It was an orca question somebody asked. That's why.
Yes.
There we go.
I was asking, like, they fed off the orcas or any freshly dead creatures or humanoids, would they be able to use that?
We need the sun to power that process.
Fair enough.
Hey, Cass, can you guys like make like a little bitty sun, like a sun somewhere inside the ship? Maybe is that possible?
I can't. I don't know that one.
Okay, but somebody might could, right?
There are people who can do all sorts of things.
Of the wiggly finger variety, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
I mean, I believe our flower makes sun.
But like, we need like a big mirror to point it back at us, and it might be dangerous. It might just scorch a huge hole in the ship.
That's true. I'm not saying. I'm just saying there are things.
Hmm.
And I wouldn't recommend that. I would imagine that must strain the reserves of the ship as well.
Oh, yeah.
How about this? How about if I extend the light of the sunblade, which the light is sunlight, and put it out to the farthest it can go, which is a maximum of 30 feet? Would that help any?
That will enable us to do some things. I think if we go dormant, sir, if we go dormant and we use the sword, it should decrease the time and be able to regen without depleting the reserves, so that when we are done, we can be reactivated.
I'm going to...
About how long do you think that would take?
Mr. Tonka, I'm not sure with the cold, and it's hard for me to make an estimate. But assuming constant conditions from where we are now, 12 hours.
I will,
At our natural pace, we're talking 2 days.
I'm going to increase the sunlight on the sunblade to the maximum of 30.
Okay.
12 hours,
Morris
Mal.
and I could patch the holes temporarily.
So, you could potentially do that. Just so you know, with the sunblade, what will be required is your hat. Well, can the sunblade be active without you holding it or not?
Yeah, I mean, it just emits. It looks like it just emits luminous, bright lights without me even holding it.
Perfect. Then essentially you'd be hanging it from the mast because that's like the main leaves of the ship,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can do that.
which would also make a really bright light in the twilight,
Right.
just to be fully what you're trying to do.
Putting a target on our heads doesn't seem wise in this land of eternal dark. I think Cinnamorris and I should be able to make sheets big enough to cover the holes. They won't be particularly sturdy, but they'll keep the water out.
If that's what you think is best, then I can keep the brightness at its usual.
Hang on for 2 seconds. Simon, when we found you, you were in like a little floaty orbit thingy, right? Did you make that or someone else make that? Because if you could do a floaty orbit thingy and keep the light out from above the ship and keep the light in the ship, that might actually make it safer.
I don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Great. Got it.
Cassandra, do you know that spell?
Sorry, Deem's going to check real quick.
I don't believe it was on her spell list. At least when Pyro got a hold of it, it wasn't.
I don't think it is. Sorry, I'm having a hard time finding it right now.
It's not. I have it. It's in pinned comments of general game.
Thank you.
But she also had water breathing, so maybe she has it.
Right, there's a different version of her.
Oh, okay.
Story of my life.
Okay, here we go. She does not have tiny hut currently.
So, have we decided? Shall I hang the Sunblade, or will we use the temporary fix and go slowly?
Can you hang it a little bit lower so it's less obvious, or is that too much to ask? Like, we could do both. We could try to fix the ship by repairs and make slow progress at the same time, and then also hang the light and hope that we charge. But like, are we just sitting ducks here or what?
We could always use some of our doors as well for the time being and just have guys regrow those at a later date.
Yeah.
Because that'll be a more immediate fix, and then they could likely integrate it back into the ship.
That does seem like a good idea.
Guys, while we're at it, is there anything we could bring you like from a faraway land besides the actual sun that would make this go faster? Like some material, some like special smelling salts. I don't know.
I mean,
some...
it'd be easier to incorporate wood
Okay.
into us.
If only we had wood. Side glance at Chachal.
No one asked me for wood. You want me to
No argument. No, by the way, you can only pop to some other place every 3 times a day or something, twice a day. You could just go there and come back right now, right?
It charges. Well, it's supposed to. Well, actually, I don't know if I know that or not. I could do it every morning. It feels like it comes back to life.
Okay. And I can't imagine there's some wiggly finger spell that says create wood.
As the person that identified it, I would chime up. It recharges some every morning, but not always to full.
Hmm.
All right. We'll look at the strange little penguin person and say, y'all don't have wood around here, do you?
No, we make our stuff out of the ice.
Okay. That completely jives what I've seen so far. Yeah.
I mean, we have like sticks and some things, but not ship repair material.
But where do your sticks come from? Is there
Just
some strange variety of pine that grows in the ice?
No.
Bone, mostly, from what they said earlier.
Yeah, it's our bone material, and occasionally there's things that come from the ocean brings, but not in large enough quantity that you're talking about.
Okay.
The doors seem like the fastest fix.
All right, who's giving up a door or two?
I will. Just because I'm in the bottom.
Don't blame me for what you see.
Okay, you can definitely do that.
Out of character, you could probably take Pyro's door. I mean, he's not using the room anymore.
Should we take his furniture too?
I mean, he's got a desk and a bookshelf in there.
Well, hey, Simon doesn't seem like the writing type. I vote the bookshelf and a door.
Unless Cassandra's claimed that room at this point.
Cassandra has a room with Mal.
Yeah, Cassandra claimed Mal's room. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure Cassandra claimed Malin. That's like in like subsequent property claims.
Exactly. I mean, so far Simon's just been sleeping on deck. He spent as little time as possible below deck.
Seems reasonable.
So,
So Moki will say, I mean, it is possible we can try to repair your ship at the village. We between bone and other things, if we can get there.
Yeah, I'm guessing you guys don't do a whole lot of ship repair all that often, probably.
Well, we're repairing a ship now. When I
Which
left,
one?
it was called the Shore's Knife.
Interesting. Recent arrival?
A few days before all of you.
Is there a crew?
Yes.
How many, roughly?
It was 2025.
Okay. Did they have a flag?
No.
No colors, no flag, right?
No.
Okay. What do they look like, out of curiosity?
Oh. Pale individuals.
Tall and skinny? Like awkwardly skinny?
I mean, all of you are awkwardly skinny.
Okay, that's fair.
At that, Simon grows a big belly.
He's got this little penguil that's like, they're like, you guys are big, and you're like, yes, the strange metal on their ship, but that's about all that was. It was still damaged by the ice.
Don't trust them. Don't.
When you say strange metal, do you mean like not like steel, like something else?
Caldrum, do you have Dante's pistol on you?
It's what the molten pistol is now.
This
But
metal?
yeah.
This kind of metal?
Kind of looks. Yeah, it looked a little like that.
A boat with this strange metal on it, and the folks on it are really pale.
Yeah. It's like they never got sunlight in their life.
Oh, great.
There's two things. That could
Do they seem
happen.
friendly?
The good ones.
Well,
and
we
the bad.
fished them out of the water, so we've been taking care of them and repairing the boat for them. They're friendly enough.
And they were swimming.
Yes.
It doesn't sound like ours.
Probably not. We can find out when we get there. In the meantime, we've got bilges to patch and light to scatter and plants to feed.
So Matt, I would. I'm gonna ask for some wibbly wobbly on the magic here.
Okay.
So we're planning on taking doors or the wood from this bookcase and trying to patch this hole in a makeshift sort of way, right? Now, cure wounds says creature, and the Kestrel and Gaius are a creature.
Okay.
Also, I have druid craft. I have woodworking tools.
Does anybody have regeneration?
That's seventh level. We're not quite there yet.
I also have lesser restoration. I don't know if that matters at all.
Okay.
But I am willing to expend a number of spell slots and do some wobbly here. And I don't imagine it would like, I don't want to imagine I'm healing the hole completely.
Correct.
But I'm just trying to, like, where we put the wood, I want to sort of grow a little bit so that it's a snug fit kind of thing.
Yes. I will say, since you're going to be taking wood from other pieces of the ship that are theoretically its body and sort of putting them over the hole and then casting heal, for the size of the hole, I think I would say 2 cure wounds. And definitely Mal's and now Thola's quarters have no door and are quite cold.
Don't blame me. You see what you see.
So essentially, we're doing a skin graft.
Yes.
Is that not what I just put in the chat?
Oh, did you? Is that what you did?
Like,
When you tell a joke
Nice.
and somebody tells it a little louder right after you.
I had this the visual part expanded. I didn't see it. My bad.
Yeah, and then so that is that artificer then?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Yes, go ahead and do an intelligence check.
Just raw intelligence.
Yep.
$14.
Okay. So the 14. Every hour you're going to take on a foot of water. If you have someone managing it for the hour, you will not take the water on because they're constantly going forward, moving, but they're certainly not resting during that time. So you've slowed it considerably. And so it's just a few small holes left. So it's mostly patched up.
All right.
Would the orca blubber patch the rest of it if we like melt it down and like use that as a temporary patch?
think you can do that. It would definitely take a little bit more time here, so we'd elongate as far as your.
I would also, at this point, I would ask Gaius, would your natural regeneration be able to finish the parts here that aren't quite right?
I would say guys can do that in 3 hours.
So we just have to have somebody managing the water for about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll do that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Then yeah, that's a lot better.
That works out. All right. In that case, after roughly 3 hours of repair between everything else and the water, currently, you begin traveling again. Now, Mal, go ahead and make your con save for exhaustion.
Sure thing. That should be a 23. If you want the extra D4, I can throw it in there.
All right. You're good to go.
Cool.
So let's say you're not exhausted.
Hulk smash.
And you all move up. So what's everybody doing after this? After you get on way again?
Definitely take the rest. Otherwise, when Kaya's boon wears off, I literally go unconscious.
Yeah, we're gonna try and do this rest thing again.
Simon's gonna try to sleep.
Okay. All right. In that case, now you're maneuvering pretty well. 1 hour goes by, and 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 hours.
I'm already impressed.
You find the ship stuck in ice once more.
Like a little bit or a lot of bit? Like just like bumping into a little slurry, or just like a new
It's all around about 5 feet
Okay.
has formed, and you look, and there seems to be a large crystal structure that you butted up against as well.
And it's
With
not a
Nora.
huge floating mace or maul type thing.
No, it looks like a building.
A building. Explain yourself.
It's got 2 pillars and a double, looks like somewhat heavy door. The crystal is cloudy, so you can't see in. But there's a roof. Looks like it's tilted, not perfectly on the ice, horizontally tilted a little bit, partially frozen in, like it's sunken in over time. No symbols, very kind of plain.
So 2 towers and a door.
Yeah, kind of reminds you of like a mausoleum.
Interesting. Is anybody on deck or awake nearby?
I think everyone said they were sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Simon's sleeping on deck still.
I'm pretty sure Jajal went to go help Mal earlier. I think he was going to keep going with that same.
Okay, so if you're going to help Mal, Jajal, make your con save.
Alrighty. Come back here. What the hell?
Even with the cold weather gear?
Exhaustion's exhaustion.
Oh, gotcha. From not sleeping.
Yeah,
18.
18, you're good to go.
Joel, what do you make of this thing?
I don't like it.
Well, I mean, that's obvious, but like, should we try to ship ourselves out and push off? Should we take a little peeky? What do you think?
I'm down to check it out.
Why am I surprised?
You offered.
I did. I just expect, definition of insanity, blah blah blah. So here's the basic question: if you wander in there and it gets weird, how fast can we raise the rest of the crew? And should we just wait until they're all well rested before we go play? Because it's been 5 or 6 hours. They'll probably be up again in 2 hours. We could just keep watch, staying here for another 2 or 3, and then explore it together. Maybe. What do you think?
That is probably the smartest choice.
Maybe the wisest, but we'll see.
Can we wait that long?
I mean, without more hands, can we chip ourselves out and push away?
Probably not.
Maybe. Are we immediately subject to attack if we try? Yeah, for sure. And you and I could just stand here and look menacing for the next 3 hours until someone wakes up. But
I strike a pose.
just like that. Yeah, with the tail going sideways and everything. Yeah.
We should probably just wait.
All right. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. It's going to take a little more effort to get us unstuck. So,
Okay.
I guess at this point we just hang out and assume nothing's going to attack us from that random place. But yeah.
So you can choose to wait and not pick, but the ice is going to become more solidified the longer you don't do anything to remove it.
All right. Let's just make this an even split. So John, you've got good eyes for the most part. How about you watch my back and I go swing a pick for a while and see if I can keep us broken loose. I guess you have to get out of here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
good enough.
Just remember that's when we were attacked.
Yeah. So once again, I will tie a rope to the rigging and tie a rope around myself.
No, what I'm saying, the
Go,
noise
go.
might have been what drew them.
That's possible. Or we could be stuck.
Well, we won't be permanently stuck. We have badass ice picks that Cinnamorris made.
That's what
And we'll have
using.
spells.
That fireball does help. Or boil water real quick, perhaps.
All right, what do you want to do?
I don't know. Sit and watch and wait versus chip us out. We'll be much better off if everyone's rested for sure.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm just kind of looking around the distance with the spyglass.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll sit and watch and wait for a couple more hours until everybody's sufficiently.
Okay.
I said human again in my head, but it's not that word exactly.
So for the next 2 hours.
Yep. Dog watch.
And actually, yeah. Sorry, it was 7. You got 7 hours to travel in, so it's only 1 more hour. My bad. And the crew of the Wire Bloom wake up.
Long rest.
Yes.
Yay.
Mission successful.
Dola, I could really use a cup of hot coffee or tea, or if you had grits, that'd be amazing.
Would we have accomplished a short rest in that time frame?
No, because you were actively piloting
On watch.
and making
Gotcha.
ship, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. Hold on.
It could be the worst coffee in the world. I wouldn't care.
No,
No
actually,
offense.
One of my favorite things is coffee. I can make it for you.
I mean, you're from the islands. It makes sense. So if you happen to have some, great. If not, I'll just blink myself to
I
awakeness.
just forgot what it's called. I'll give you some. I'm just trying to. I forgot what that specific coffee is called, but I will make it for you.
Black sand coffee?
Yeah, black sand coffee.
As people sort of trickle up on deck. So we hit a thing. It's kind of like two towers and a door. And it hasn't attacked us yet. That's pretty good. That's new for this territory. But, no guarantees.
Doors
Figured
haven't
if we-
attacked us before.
Cases have. Remember the one with the magical items in it that like try to take a bite out of you and almost everybody else?
No.
I think it was in the tower in some back room.
Oh,
Maybe
yes.
before we found Jal's new friend, the whip. Something like that.
No,
Like,
same place.
yeah.
Yeah, it was the college. There was the 3 glass cases.
Yeah, and one of them was hungry.
Oh. I pull out the club with holes in it, and I just went around. Where we found this?
Yes, just like that.
Does it do anything?
It's unidentifiable by magic.
Why does it say wiffle on the side? It's weird.
Makes a kind of cool little noise.
So yeah, we've got a thing over there we can either detach from or explore. Either is fine. We've made pretty good progress. Seven hours afloat this time around. So we're probably only what 5 hours away, maybe 6. I don't know.
You're down to
Depends on
12.
currents. We're down to 12.
Yeah, we were at 19 or something like
I
that, and then we had to
know,
spend a bunch of time just fixing things.
So once I have my black sand coffee, we should discuss whether or not to take a look at this thing or just keep pushing on, because I don't want to arouse a whole lot of other orca thingy-majiggies without
Well,
having the full crew.
before we pass it by, I think pressing the sextant and seeing if it's not in this thing is worth doing. We did get a bit turned around in the fog at one point.
We used it after we got to the sea. It pointed to the castle.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Simon, what's your feel? Explore, don't explore. Sail, don't sail.
I want to stay outside.
Good, yes. Good plan. Any other hopes, wishes, desires, dreams besides being outside?
More food.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. You and Dajal.
What food is good?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is there any indication that there's an opening in these things, in this structure?
I mean, you have a door.
Oh, it's
Other than
just
that,
okay. And how tall is it comparably?
it's about 12 feet high.
So we're looking down at it
Yeah.
from the ship. Okay. Malky, have you seen this before?
He looks. No. I've not seen anything like this. All types of things get lost in the ice.
I'm sure. Us included.
There's
Did
no
y'all-
giants attacking us from this one. Do we want to take a gander or just make our way?
We could send in Mr. Sticky Fingers and see what he finds.
I'm always down to try.
If he's going to, I'll send Noctis with him so that way at least if he perishes, I'll be able to see it.
Why do you say it like that?
He deserves to have a witness at the very least.
I was thinking we'd send at least 2 just for paranoia's sake. And I'll go, but somebody needs my hat after I'm dead.
No.
Talking so negatively.
It's not negative. It's just a cold. Just don't leave me outside. At least hold the door.
I could go with him.
Are you quiet enough? Yeah, I think you are probably.
My armor's made of a bit different stuff than yours, so it doesn't quite jangle quite as much. Didn't have access to it when I was making yours. Apologies.
No, I keep humming to myself. I've got plates that jingle, jangle. If you want to do it, let's go. I'll cover you with the bow from up here. No problem. If you get in trouble, just run this way, and I'll just pump them full of cheap arrows.
Cassandra, can you make it so that we can breathe underwater? We seem to keep finding ourselves under more often than we'd like. Would be greatly appreciated and a good precaution.
Yes. And you see his water breathing.
Thank you.
Does that affect everybody?
I think it's like 10 people.
Yeah, so it gets a lot of you.
And she can ritual cast it if she wants. So let's go then.
If you get in trouble, just yell. We'll be there shortly.
If we get in trouble, you'll hear, and I just pat Soulforger.
The international sign of panic, distress, and probably murder. Yes.
Explosions.
Climb down the side.
All right. So you and Jarl climb down the side, and you come upon this large mausoleum. Seems constructed out of almost like one piece of crystal. Ice partly frozen over the large doors.
Is Brahm inside? I pull out the Moontouch rapier just to make sure we have light.
Okay.
So that's 15 feet bright light, and then another 15 feet dim.
Yeah. Glitters off the crystal and the ice, making some interesting rainbow patterns across.
Do these doors have any type of like locking mechanism, or does it look like we can just kind of push them open?
Or pull, I guess.
Yeah. Looks like they could be opened.
I'll pull the molten pistol out in the other hand. Just using the rapier as a torch. Yeah, go ahead. I've got you covered.
Okay. I go to push the door in.
I'm like 10 feet back from him.
All right. Make a strength check.
Oh, yay. 15.
15. Slowly push it in. And as you do, the light from the rapier illuminates very plain inside, which contains a single glass coffin. And
I'll check before you step in.
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty.
Inside, it's a human-looking creature. Their skin blue. They have two large wings that protrude from their back. They rest almost like they're sleeping.
So it's like transparent?
The
It's
glasses,
often-
yeah. The glasses, yeah.
Do I see anything to above me or to my left or my right? Like, do I see any other, like, obvious things? Anything that seems like, I
You
don't know,
look around.
dangerous?
No. You see a somewhat simple lock. Standard lock that seems to be holding it shut.
Seeing that Jajal didn't get incinerated as he stepped in, I'd follow. And have either of us seen a creature like this before?
No.
Hmm.
Do you have a way to contact the ship? I don't know what what magics your whip has granted you.
No, I can't talk to anybody. But before I get yelled at, do you think we should wake him up?
I think we should see if anybody knows what they are before we go opening locks to things that we're not sure of.
They could be friendly.
And they could also be a different variant of vampire.
Well, do you want to go back and I'll take a look around? Or do you want me to go back?
Let me check my pack really quick. I don't have anything to write with.
Do you need something to write with?
And parchment if you have it.
I have chalk and I have.
If not, I'll tear a piece off of one of the back pages of my spell book.
I could have sworn I had. Wait, let me check my backpack. Hold on. I could have sworn I had some type of like writing thing. I have chalk. Here you go.
Okay. Yep. And I just write blue humanoid creature in coffin, and I have Noctis fly it back to the group.
All right. And you receive the message.
I mean, look at the map. Now we have to wake it up.
Don't.
Just wanted to give a little visual.
Mm-hmm. They
So
always
Noctis-
put a save point in front of the boss. Sorry, go ahead.
So Noctis flies back to the ship broadly, or some specific person?
to you with the note in his claws,
So to Mal. Yep.
and I would look through his eyes and ears to see if he's saying anything after
Right.
seeing it.
So you see Noctis fall and drop the note in your hand and kind of stare at you.
Tonk, I need wisdom, and you're probably the second best bet.
Oh dear.
Yeah. What do you make of this?
What exactly does it say?
Blue humanoid locked in case.
I mean, my initial thought is keep it locked. Drown it if you can. I don't know.
Drown it if you can.
You think it's worth exploring? You think it's worth? I don't know.
if-
We've been on
If
so
the
many of
thing's
these
in
moments.
a cage, it's probably supposed to be in a cage, I guess. Well,
Case,
maybe not.
case.
You also didn't actually communicate that it was unconscious either.
Okay.
Do you want to go check it out, Tonk? You want to go take a little look see and see what they're up to?
Wait, if Noctis is within 100 feet, I can communicate with him. I tell Noctis to like pull on Mal's like arm.
I hate it when he does that.
Okay, so flying and pulling on your.
All right. Who's
shirt.
going? Who's staying? I guess is the question.
I'll go. If
Okay.
we're dealing with weird magic-y stuff, I mean, I
That's-
Mal, you're not.
That is very much your neck of the woods.
At at that point, I would go and using the sword and scabbard, do the like light signal of like come if they can see me.
Okay. So who's hell? Probably need some extra muscle. Simon, you want to come with us?
I can. Yes.
And then Tholo, do you want to stay put or do you want to go? Your choice.
I have no problem watching the boat, but
Okay. And then
Remember
Cass, would you
that-
mind hanging out as well, or do you care? Like Cass, you're welcome to come if you want to, because always interesting, but depends on your preference.
I think I will stay here and be ready to back you up as fire kind of forms in our hand.
It does feel like you're sort of the pulling our proverbial nuts out of the fire every single time sort of position, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There's that.
What was the last part Thola said?
And remember that they're not all bad. We did have one sacrifice himself for us.
Yeah, there was that one weird vampire.
Yes, but he did say there were others like him. And if you have any traces that maybe his kind locked him in this, maybe it's best to keep him out. Take him out, and they can be an adversary of theirs.
Fair. Shall we hop overboard onto the ice?
All right. So Tonk and Mal hop on over with Simon. And you enter the mausoleum and you see this glass coffin with this blue, seemingly sleeping, shaped individual with large white wings.
Are they feathered?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I should have asked that prior. I go back out and see if Thola's looking and signal for Thola to come.
Was that a Pippi hand?
Thola, do you come down?
I will begrudgingly make my way down.
Well, at least God's on our side now.
All right.
Didn't have as much parchment as I would have liked. You can speak to people in their minds. Perhaps you can speak to this one to ask questions before we choose to release it or not.
Sure. Does this form, this humanoid, any resemblance of anything I've ever seen?
Make a religion check.
I will. I think, what is it? Okay, +3 isn't terrible. Okay, that's not bad. That's 22.
22. Very good.
19.
There are certain creatures that the gods use to travel between their home planes and the material.
Yeah.
Usually messengers. And they tend to take mortal form for years sometimes, lending aid, hope, and courage to good-hearted folk. These beings are commonly known as devas.
And devas are inherently good and really, really powerful, from what I believe. And I will say it's a deva, one of the good ones. We should probably release it.
Good ones of what?
Of gods, messengers of gods, not the betrayers.
If this is a god's messenger, why is it bound? Can we even call this bound if they're as powerful as you say?
Obviously, something tricked them, or
Unless this is just its resting place.
it could be. But does it seem pretty dusty? Like, has everything like nothing's been around here in quite some time?
There's no dust per se. I'm not sure how long it's been. This crystalline shape one doesn't necessarily accumulate dust.
Okay.
Maybe try and speak with it with your mind before we unlock it. Not that I think that lock would hold it if it were truly trying to escape.
I will. In his mind, it hears, "Hello, are you okay? How long have you been here? We might be able to help."
Okay. Go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Okay. Wisdom check +4. It's gonna be 14.
14. glass case opens with a start. Its eyes flare open, light burning almost like the sun's, with a tinge of red.
Ooh, daylight.
And yells, raising a mace. Verbog!
Oh,
Roll for initiative.
oh, damn. So their ball?
Fucker.
Verbog.
Oh, their ball.
I was thinking the last time he got woken up from a really nice nap and was like, okay.
Let me know who wants a reroll, and if I could know the Devas.
I feel pretty good.
I'll take a reroll.
Okay.
Okay.
Much better.
Yeah. I rolled under 10, so there's like 11 chances I could do better, but
Yeah, so 10.5 is your break point. So
yeah, let me do it.
I'm trying
Why
to decide
not?
if that lets you know the day of the creatures or not. Does it say?
Okay,
I think it's just kind of a gambling thing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we all did pretty good.
I'm at a 15 now because I re-rolled. If initiative is rolled while you are wearing this cloak, you may use your reaction to target up to 7 creatures that you can see within 60 feet. The creatures you target re-roll their initiatives and keep the new ones.
Yeah.
So I guess it's different for these guys, just because we're all rolling in front of each other. Sure, why not?
Yeah, because I would say as a party, you broadcast these types of things to each
Yeah.
other, but like I think with another creature, you'd have to guess. Okay. All right. In that case, okay. It re-rolled. All right. Mal, it's your turn.
look at the flowy, angly, angely, wingy thingy and just yell, "We're not trying to hurt you." And draw weapons and sit back for it to attack. I'm just going to wait my action on it attacking basically anybody.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
That's unlikely. That's going to be an 11.
11. Does not seem convinced. Tonk.
I am going to do much the same. I'll draw my pistol, but I'll keep it aimed at the floor, ready to use it if it attacks.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Just cock it, ready to go. Jajal.
I mean, I'll repeat. You know, we're not here to fight. We're just, not so much that I, know that Mal failed, but the idea that just, more of us reassuring.
Sure. All right. You can make a persuasion check.
Not that I'm good at it, but
Just everybody tries. Eventually, we'll get a good roll, right?
15.
15. Okay. Jajal.
I'm trying to decide which language to use.
Oh.
Definitely
think
infernal. Definitely infernal.
I don't have infernal.
He has abyssal.
I do. It's either that or draconic.
Celestial feels like the way to go if anybody knows it.
I don't have that.
Yeah, with the feathered wings, I'm leaning more towards celestial than, you know.
Jeez. In abyssal, I'm going to say, wait, stop! We're here to. I need help.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Yeah, that's
I mean, to be fair, the one with the highest persuasion went last. 17.
Okay. So the Simon.
yeah, he's just gonna hold his axe and wait. If he sees it attack one of his new friends, then he'll attack back, but he's just gonna stand there. There's nothing else he can do.
Okay. In that case, it's their turn. And they look around, look at Jajal, sniff Jajal a little bit,
Oh no.
but calmly lower their mace. Their wings come down a little bit. I wish to be left alone and sleep.
Comment?
If this is still in and around initiative, I will reply, were you the one to defeat the demon giant not far from here? And I'll describe what we saw.
Yeah. As it speaks, each of you hear in your native language at the same time. I do not believe Erebol can be killed. I fought. He nearly destroyed me. I fled and created this to keep me in one piece, forever away from forgiving light, as I deserve.
You do all deserve a rest, especially after a feat like the one you did. We apologize. We just wanted to make sure that you weren't being held against your will.
No, this is my self-made prison.
Forgiving light.
Yes, they would want to redeem me, tell me it's fine, my failure. But it is not. I came summoned by his scent, and I could not wipe him. The one which he possesses, their combined strength is too much for me.
But what if I told you there was a way we could win?
Then I'd laugh at your idiocy.
I mean, the only idiocy would be not trying.
The definition of insanity is thinking you succeed when absolute failure is. There's nothing new to be tried that I could not bring.
You bring us now.
Fleshy things.
Well, it's just for poor travelers lost on a sea of crystal and ice. What kind of terrible thing would we be looking out for to avoid?
Do you mean Verbolg?
Yes, or various agents of that thing.
I believe he sends out the Ganakadite. It's not friendly.
It's the big, whaley sort of thingy with all the eyes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Huh. We've seen that one.
Pure shadow empties from that castle now, corrupting all it touches.
Wait. So the guy you went after is in the castle?
Yes.
Thought I was gonna be a princess.
I mean,
Okay,
that's fine. Tell you what, we're gonna go to the castle anyway, and we'll have to deal with him. And if you're fine with you not fulfilling your purpose, not fulfilling your divine duty, and sleeping here in a cage while we go deal with it, that's fine, and you can stay imprisoned in your own spite and suffering.
Talk, make a religion check.
$22.
Me too. As you say these words, you see their expression become more and more crestfallen. And you look carefully. Its very being is divine. But something was wrong. It seems as though every ounce of joy and hope has been drained from this creature. It's been stolen.
Oh wow, he did a number on you, didn't he?
I barely escaped.
But you didn't.
Maybe.
Not all of you. Is this really you? Is this the divine being that you were created to be?
You see their sadness just bringing through to anger. There's a sense of they're plummeting deeper into whatever they're in. The more you prod with these words.
all right, enough of that. Just give us some direction, right? So, what are we up against? What direction do we sail? What's this thing like? Like, just give us some sense of what we're actually about to go face, because we're not going to not do it. We're definitely going to do it. So it's just, what does it take?
Verbog. We call his kind a gloom feaster.
Cheery. I like it. Yeah.
They thrive on the despair of others.
Like my ex. Oh, anyways.
Hey!
I said X. So how does that work? Like, do they just like slurp up all your good memories and you're just left with sadness and a tankard of ale that's never quite full? How does that work?
They suddenly become a little bit wary, and they start looking at the floor, at all of your feet. They tempt creatures into despair, and they have no form themselves. They're devils corrupted by shadow, and they become wisps of that. And once they've weakened their emotional defense, they counsel them to give up everything and offer them an illusion of strength in their sadness. And once they give in to this temptation, the feaster can merge with their shadow. And then it can manifest around its host at will.
How do they do against blind optimism? And I look at Jajal.
To be around one is to come face to face with sadness.
Matt, do I believe, because I have a ceremony still prepared, do I think if I would perform the ritual rite of atonement that it would help them any?
Ooh.
Let me look at that real quick.
Never seen that spell in action.
Yeah, it's a. I don't know if their alignment has changed, but I would make a DC 20 Wisdom Insight check and then restore them to their original alignment. I don't know if that's.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
There's a chance to.
I will go over to them and say, I know that you've lost a lot, and I also follow the gods, and sometimes I'm struck with feelings of disbelief, but maybe I can help you. And I will first guide myself and then start the ritual.
Okay. So you're gonna take the
I'm gonna
time here.
cast-
This is
I'm
an
gonna,
hour
I'm gonna
cast.
I'm gonna cast the ritual. Yeah.
Are you doing it as a ritual?
No. I'm gonna just cast it.
Okay. So this is an hour.
Right. And I say it will take some time, but I think I could restore some of them.
Okay. Anything while this ritual is being undergone? Anybody else? All right.
I just keep on lookout. I think the noise is what brought the orcas, so I don't want to start
Yeah.
digging.
Yep. Mal's going to wander towards the ship a little bit and just keep an eye out.
Tonk's just gonna watch.
Okay. Then ritual can complete as they allow you to do it and make your insight check.
I will roll this with advantage using for the inspiration.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. All right, that's not too bad. That's going to be a 24.
24. You make a sign. Creature. You see shadow tendrils that extend from it to the distance, probably the castle itself. And at once during this ritual, you see how the kind of get under your skin inspiration that Tonk would give just was immediately sucked away and drawn along these pinches of light and hope, drawn away along these lines of darkness and despair. As per the ritual, you take out a small dagger, and over the course of the hour, one by one, you cut the lines carefully. And the last one, you wrap your blade around and know that whatever creature laid these will know you, Thola, should you cut this last one. Do you proceed?
Do proceed.
There's thunder and yells, a scream that pierces and moves across the crystal sea, emanating from the castle as the creature before you. Ah! You see them begin to glow slightly. As light begins to return.
I'll put a hand gently on their shoulder and say, "Welcome back."
Thank you. I am Unafel.
Tola, nice to meet you. Okay. Now, Winterfell, as we stated, we are heading to the castle. And we were going to do this all on our own, but we would appreciate any guidance and help that you could give us. Not only would we rid the world of evil, but we can also prevent them from taking anyone else's joy.
I can question the gods on your behalf, if you so desire.
Unafel, Gadu. That would be definitely helpful. And any help that you could give us physically, maybe even traveling with us, would be appreciated as well.
You have freed me from despair, Sola. If you are to batter Verbolg, then it must be your destiny itself, which I cannot interfere with.
But you can give us some tips and stuff, right? Like some.
Yes, I can travel, but I may not directly help.
And then let's meet our fate. As we so told, as we've so been told.
But there are some things I'll be able to help with.
Like a weak spot, or like an allergy, or like a really annoying itch, or
A guide in our corner is helpful.
Well, weaknesses, I know of none. He's quite tough.
this thing's made of darkness, right? Like, can you like make light? Like, can you like make like big, bright, glowing lights in a useful way? Maybe.
It was made of darkness. It is now a resider within Aethrodon.
Aethrodon. Okay.
Yes, we would appreciate it. And
What does that mean comparably? What is Aethrodon?
The guardian of the castle. I believe they called themselves the Void Elves. He watches over and I believe at one point gave in to loneliness.
I've not heard of these elves before.
He hated them, took them here, and one by one they left, either to stay here or to move on, past into the sea.
And what's the relationship with the weird sharky thingies and the big monster sharky thing with the extra eyes? And
oh, they all feed upon the shadow. So much despair has Aethrodon that Verbolg has plenty to spare, and so lets them out, lets the refuse out in bits of shadow that corrupts the orcas and made his special pet, the Gunukadite.
So if we get rid of this source of the dark, shadowy goodness, everybody else gets starved?
No, they've been changed already.
But that would prevent new from becoming anybody.
Yes. He's also the one that keeps it dark here. So light would return, as would the sea here melt.
It seems like this will solve many of our problems. Winterfell, we would definitely appreciate anything you can do. And I'm glad to see that you have reclaimed yourself.
The Yes, Ithildan of the Far Elves did when the calamity struck, some elves went to the Feywild. Others buried up from the ground. All found their own way to either escape calamities, escape death, or die. Ithildan's people left the plain. Only Ithildan stayed. Feeling he led his people to an abandonment, and thus began his life of utter despair and loneliness that Verbolg found. So thus the elves entered the Astral Sea.
Well, would you care to board our ship and journey with us?
That was fine. So if you all want, as Fial has said, they essentially can cast Commune for you.
Can they cast sunlight for days?
Nope, they cannot.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So they will be happy to detect evil and good, and they will commune. They do have heals that they would be willing to use after a combat has resolved.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe we can talk in the war room, figure out what things we would possibly want to ask a deity or any divine, and head our way. So are we totally skipping the town now and going straight to the castle? Or are we still going to town?
We still have a ship to repair or similar, and wounds to lick and such. Like, if you think
Yeah.
it's better to go straight, we can, but we're in pretty weak spots right now as a boat goes.
No, I think we could spend a little time there, but that's once we hit the town, we must go to this castle.
I don't think there'll be much there to entertain us, so once we can fix the wild bloom, we can head out.
So be it.
And tomorrow, for the record, like, we could send our little far-ranging Boy Scout to go find us some more wood.
But
I don't know how much he would be able to carry with him.
I mean, we could send multiple, but it just, like, I'd rather have the ship in a safe place for you, so.
Okay. So you go to free yourselves from the ice, with giving enough time is easy enough to do. And you begin to make your second journey. Or continue to the village of the penguil. And with that, we'll take our 15-minute break.
Oof.
Oof.
All right, that was intense.
Communing with God things.
Is that just once that they said that they would do it? Or just in general, they could commune with the gods for us?
They could commune was the quote.
Yeah, they'd be willing to ask on your behalf, though. I mean, I would say that they would get irritated at some type of abuse.
Okay.
But generally
You kept on
speaking,
doing it all the time. Yeah.
No,
Shit.
no warmer and
Yo.
colder. You sure?
No, just hey, yo, can you ask the Raven Queen? Hey, can you ask Paylor to turn up the heat a little bit? I'm working on my fan.
Hey, who's winning Game 6? No.
Sonic, I like the new jigs.
Oh yeah, I actually had to do a professional bit there and just forgot to change it back.
That's actually perfect. Way too much light. Way too much light.
Is it directly facing you?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why. I've got my little rectangle ones that like it they do a lot, but I have them facing at the wall so that way it's not directly on me.
That's the right answer. So, like, normally I have this massive, massive window behind me, and it bleeds everything out. So, no matter what video call I'm on, it always looks terrible. When I put this sucker up and bounce across the ceiling at night, it looks great. But for like daylight hours, pointless. Meh. Let's muck with it now.
Yep.
I will change the orientation just for this. Boop. Human again? Roughly.
Roughly human.
Roughly. The other thing is, like, I have that olive skin tone that always looks like super red under low light.
Yeah.
So I go from like sunburn mode to vampire mode, and there's no in between.
That's fair.
Hmm.
You got any gods you want to talk to through this Deva?
That sounds like asking for trouble in Mal's case.
You know, I do.
One or more, probably. At least Moradin.
Yep.
I imagine Tonk will be tempted. Thola kind of has a direct line, so that's sort of cheating. But I mean,
Dajjal spell themselves.
Dajjal could have a direct conversation, but the conduit, the medium, would not be happy. You ever buy it?
Got any gods that he wants to talk to?
Cord, Tempest, something like that?
He doesn't know who they are.
Fair enough.
He don't know nothing, man.
Good old amnesia boy.
Yep. Until Matt tells me I remember something. That's where I'm going with this. I don't know nothing.
It's the plot equivalent to a drop kick. You didn't know this, and now you do. And now what?
Exactly. Funnest
True.
thing about this character is that I basically told Matt, "Hey, man, fuck me up," and I'm here for it.
Very
I'm
cool.
excited. I will also say that I got a headache and some neck pain right now, so I'm laying down on the floor. And just laying here with my headset on. I got my laptop propped up in a weird way. I set my dice tower on the floor.
Have you A, been drinking enough water, B, considered a chiropractor?
No, it's maybe, and but probably not, and no. Well, I mean, I have. I just they're expensive, and it's. I don't normally have neck problems.
Gotcha.
Have
Knee
you considered?
problems.
Have you considered our Lord and Savior ayahuasca or pot? Choose one.
TOS.
Yes. Actually, I think medical is legal in my state. I'm not sure. But no, I don't want to do that.
Jalen, Stephen, Paul, you back?
Nope.
I like the nope.
There we go.
I will say, I sometimes forget when Steven's role-playing is Dajjal and when he's just himself. Sometimes. It's great.
It's good, isn't it?
It's wonderful. It
our
really
piece-
gets the immersion in there.
Yeah, RP's so good we can't tell who's who.
Scares me too sometimes.
Oh,
Well,
totally there.
it was like the. Hold on, I wrote this down somewhere. I could totally picture Dajjal doing that.
Yeah, same.
Well, the cord
Wait, hold
actually got caught, and so that scream was like hot because my head got twisted the other way when I got up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I totally could have pictured Dajjal just being like, "Hold on, I wrote that down somewhere," and just like searching through his pockets for, something
Like
that
a
he wrote
receipt.
down. Exactly.
All right. Jalen, you back?
You're muted if you're talking, bud.
I mean, Jajal, neck problems are only a problem as long as you have a neck. If you like ascend into Yugoloth or some kind of weird like squishy creature, you won't have a neck anymore, and you'll be fine.
That's a lot of extra steps.
Right, but you won't get tangled in the headphones anymore, obviously.
So,
Actually, I like the what was it? There was an old Sega game, Vector Man. He was just different parts floating around. No, anybody?
Don't know that one.
Monsoon from Revengeance.
No.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Let's
there's
see.
no. Oh no, just kidding.
well, I think we'll start regardless.
Yep.
So I believe as the ship progresses and the ice is broken up, you wanted to retreat to the war room to discuss any options. Though I think you might actually be doing it on the deck of the ship because someone has to steer, and that's someone so far has been Mal.
Yep. It's fine with me. We all have cold weather clothes, and I don't think our feathered friend is particularly upset by the weather,
No.
by the looks of it. So, boat's not in great shape, but not doing terribly at this point. We're making a little bit of progress. We have pushed away from this particular icy outcropping on the Crystal Sea, and we're headed towards the village for now.
Yep.
So what happens when we get there? So like, one, there's a ship there we don't fully understand. Probably not hostile, but who knows? With strange metals and pale skin and, you know, some things we've seen before. Probably can't get wood repairs there, but we might be able to get some ice or metal or bone repairs there, and then we'll see. First concern for me, obviously, is Gaius and crew and making sure that we're actually a shipworthy ship, and like the trip to the weird, dark, cloudy, shadowy gate isn't a complete catastrophe. Sounds nice. Any other concerns?
No, but we could have Jajal do some more fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Verbog had no weaknesses,
Yes.
but what was effective against him?
Blessed weapons is the only way to. I'm sorry. What's effective?
Yeah.
So. What I'll say is communicate to you that they are resistant to acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder, and bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
There's my whole bag of tricks.
Just straight up resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a soul forger fight then.
And which elements?
Of acid, cold, fire, lightning, and thunder. They are immune to necrotic and poison.
Always poison.
And I think since you did very well on this, they will also give you that they have the condition immunities from exhaustion, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, and restrained.
Damn. But they can be charmed.
You can
So,
try.
out of character, does anybody have any damage that they can do that's
I
not
can.
resisted?
It's called radiant.
No, but it just means I use my bigger weapon. So that I can do normal amounts of damage compared to my magic weapon.
Yeah. It
Gidget's tiny blast does force damage.
Oh, yay.
Wait, what about psychic damage? Does it take psychic?
it does.
It was
Alright, there we go.
acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, slashing, piercing, resistant, immune to necrotic poison. I missed the conditions.
All of them.
Conditions: exhaustion, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained.
So all of the helpful ones for us.
Gosh darn it.
But
And then-
charmed and incapacitated still work.
I
If somebody wanted to throw hypnotic pattern,
could I holy weapon Caldrum's Soul Forger?
Like Trigun style?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
it doesn't say anything about it has to be
Yeah,
good.
I'm pulling it up right now.
And then magic plus piercing is still resisted, right? Magic weapons don't have.
The piercing would
Yeah.
still be resisted, yeah.
Right, so.
But it would do extra. Would do 2d8 radiant of unresisted damage.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind on. It does. It
Uh,
is
yeah.
concentration, but whatever.
Yeah, holy weapon would work.
Okay. All right, now I just need to dip some sorcery points into twin. No, I'm just kidding.
Just I think 5 sorcery points because you need as many sorcery
as a
points
level.
as you do for the level of the spell.
Exactly.
Or I guess technically you could go 4 sorcerer and then take the feat for the extra 2.
I think you would also add just that they effectively have advantage on saving throws against all spells and magical effects
Poopy.
as well.
Is my aura a magical effect or is it something else?
It's wild magic, right?
No, it's the storm
Storm aura.
soul.
Storm, it's magical.
Okay.
DC 34.
It does have blind sight and dark vision. And within 60 feet of it, it can cause depression.
Wow, it's just like your ex.
And there's more things that it can do, but that's what they're able to tell you. That's what
All
they
right, so-
know what they experienced.
So Unifel, let's be clear. If fighting is not the right answer, if you can't actually defeat this thing face to face, is there some other power or control or something that it's built on? Like, if you can't kill it directly, is there an indirect way to kill it? Like, do you just steal its lucky charms or something? How does that work?
And not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Tell me, why do you even head this way?
They block the portal to the sea that we need to get to.
Ah. Then its death is the only thing I know of.
Or find a way to get the astral sea without going through it.
To my knowledge, this is the only crack in the world.
So when I said we're going to sail to the ends of the earth, I didn't mean this exactly literally, but we're literally doing it, aren't we?
Unless that key of yours can open a door there.
I mean, it opens doors, but maybe not. Maybe. I mean, I tried to break the ice open with it. Didn't go very well. We were locked in, so I was like, lock. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very creative use of magic. For
You mean
one
stupid,
that does not use magic.
I'll put my key in any lock I can find. It just doesn't always work.
Don't say that too loudly with Cassandra around.
I was gonna say,
She's right there.
So to the village, make what repairs we can, see what this other ship or who is on this other ship, see if it's friend or foe, and potentially recruit them to assist with this if they're on a similar endeavor.
Also, there's the open question, and it's a question of questions, obviously, of if our new friend Unifeld can talk to the gods for us. Like, I've never actually talked to a god. What would I want to know? Like, besides gambling, that's totally different. But like, what would you want to know?
Is this endeavor futile? Will we survive this encounter?
you tell in the future.
Is Rudis going to crash into the planet and destroy us all?
I didn't realize that was a problem we were questioning.
I mean, we're talking like big philosophical questions. Is there a point to any of it? Sorry, I got lost. The idea of asking a god a question just sort of struck me. Never mind.
Yeah. And remember, the divine beings not.
They don't know everything.
Yeah, they're not necessarily omniscient.
I mean, the core problem I think we have, and again, like, pardon my kindergarten grade knowledge, is like we need to get Kea to the astral sea, right? I guess my question would be like, is there another way, or is this the way? This is the way. There's got to be a way.
Not the 8-ball.
Well, the 8-ball. Well, that's. All right, guys, we just go home.
So what do we want our third question to actually be?
Oh, I wasn't stating that be our questions. I was giving Mel an
you're
example.
doing it. I got you.
I do better with pictures.
Yeah. So these must be these must be yes or no questions.
Right. Okay. Maybe if we ask
We
if
get
there's any other
3 questions per casting.
Yeah. And they can cast this once a day. Whether they will or not is up to them, but they would definitely do it today.
So it would take a week to do 20 questions.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not saying that's the plan. I just want to be clear.
Technically, you can get to 21 if you really want to.
So what would you like to do?
The other question is, which god do we attempt to add? Can you contact any god, Unifel? Or do you serve someone in particular?
I would be beseeching Bahamut.
I mean, we could ask for. I mean, we've sort of got an understanding of its weaknesses, but not exactly. Shit, how do you parlay this into?
Well, ask it in not yes, no form, so that way we can help.
Do you guys think it's possible we could drown it?
It didn't say it's immune from suffocation, so or drowning. I don't know how we would get it underwater.
I mean, we could punch a hole in the ice underneath the castle and drown the whole thing, maybe. Because, like, an astral tear should just stay there, right? It shouldn't be, like, susceptible to, like, gravity. I don't know.
I don't have nearly enough gunpowder to try to sink a castle.
When we hired you, you had all the gunpowder in the world. Come on, man.
No, I did not.
You had a whole shop full of it.
Yes, and if you recall the hole in the back of that shop,
Hang on, where's Pyro?
we don't know. He's been blocking our attempts to contact him.
No, he's basically just been leaving you on red.
I can't think of anything I'd actually ask a god, really.
I mean, we could
Does this venture have a possibility of succeeding?
If the answer was no, what would you do differently?
come back in another level.
Meta.
I was going to maybe suggest that. That's a good one. If there's another way of succeeding that isn't killing them.
Or is there a pathway to the astral sea
Besides this one.
besides this one?
All right, so
But the answer to that, I think we know it. The answer is yes. We just wouldn't necessarily be able to bring the ship.
but yeah, I think that's the question. Is like we've
Coming
snuck
back-
past the frickin' ladies guard to get to her once. Could probably get past something to get to the astral sea, but can't bring the boat, right?
And seeing as we've prepped the ship to be able to travel the astral sea, that seems ill-advised.
Remember that stupid ball thingy they had in the floating tower, where we just put the ship in the ball and like I just kept it in my
In
pocket
the
whole
bottle?
time? Yeah, that thing.
We don't have any more of those.
I think the list that Caldrum and I came up with was pretty solid. If those are the three questions we want to ask. What do you guys think?
Sure, we got literally hours and hours and hours to sail, so just let's do it.
All right. So they were. Does this mission have a chance of succeeding? And mission is by defeating whatchamacallit, Verbolg, and 2, is there another way to defeat them that doesn't involve killing them? And 3, is there another passage into the astral sea that could take the boat? guess
I
we're
have
all
no
in
qualm with
agreement?
those questions.
All right. I guess that's what we'll ask.
All right. So Winfell here can also communicates also that they can put Thola in contact with the Raven Queen, or or Winfell can personally contact Bahamut.
I mean, I have no problems with him contacting Bahamut. You know, that's who he, personal messenger for, then so be it.
That's the silver lizard lady. Like that's the little dragon lady. That's what that is. Yeah.
Yes, the little dragon that
Okay.
we described that was actually around Kea.
Okay.
Okay. So, in the war room, then, or actually on the deck, as we said, they close their eyes for a moment. Their wings spread and they float in the center of all of you. And they open up their eyes again, and they burn with platinum flame as they open up their mouth, and it spews out, making a hemispherical orb around all of you. I've contacted him. He listens. What is your first question?
Is there a chance of survival fighting Verbog?
You hear loudly a gravelly voice. Where stout hearts are, where justice must go, a chance always exists. Frios, second question.
Is there another way to defeat Verbog that isn't killing them?
Ways of containment. Many things exist. The question is, do you have access? Third question.
Is there another way to the Astral Sea that the ship and all of us can go through?
Not in time for the one you carry.
Fair enough.
And with that, the fire dissipates. Now comes to the ground, breathing heavy. So what would you like to do?
Seems like it's a matter of pushing through like we always do.
Yeah, but I'm not convinced we have to bring the whole ensemble, right? So let's say, for example, we leave the ship in the village, and we use T'Chal's magic head poppy into placey thingy to get to this spot. We have our big battle there. Like we experienced the whole freaking, us versus them, good versus evil stuff there. Once the problem's solved, could we just bring the ship back later? Like, do we have to sacrifice or risk Gaius to get there?
I suppose not.
Like, it doesn't have to be in the battle. Gaius doesn't have to be in the battle. Like, there's lots of people, things, stuff, mostly people we care about that probably don't have to be there when the big fight happens. And if we get it wrong, and if we end up they mop the floor with us, then, they're pretty okay.
Unifel, did you happen to pick anything up from the castle?
No. I simply went with what I had and left with what I brought.
Okay.
Do you remember anything from the castle? Any strangeness? Any peculiar spots or places? Or
This is a bad idea.
it's always a bad idea.
You mean trying to sneak in with the helm?
Yes, they are trying to teleport in.
But we can teleport near to and then sneak in. Tonk. Again, you're probably the best of us, all in all. Like the most humane's the wrong term. The most aware of other people's feelings. Makes me sound terrible. What would you suggest instead? Look, I'm not the sharpest crayon on the tool shed. I'll give you that, but like, we're short on options here.
I said we bring the whole building down.
You have that phrase wholly wrong.
Hold on. Out of character. What was the angel's name again?
Unifel?
Unifel. When you described the joining between the two entities,
Yes.
you said that they joined to their shadow?
Yes.
That a shadow was created?
They meld into the shadow before they take full possession. What I fought was one where shadow had manifested, and thus Anthrajal stood imprisoned within the rib cage.
Here's the thing. Bahamut said that he could be contained, but they did not know if we had anything to contain them.
Yes.
And we do.
Well, they said they didn't know if you did.
But that's the thing. They didn't know, but Caldrum, we do.
The ritual is not quick.
I am aware.
And the ritual that Bingle showed you was just to draw the life essence of a creature into a iconic piece of it. I don't know.
Yes, and that was what Bingles showed us. But when you talked to all of the names are leaving.
Leishnia.
Leishnia, there was talk of binding demons.
I suppose we could try to summon her here. But she hadn't shown me the process.
I don't know the how of it, but I also don't know how we'd go in there swords first and come out alive.
We can certainly try and contact her. We have time before we approach. We only need approach at our choosing, though we do need to be aware of Gunakadite.
Well, that Kaya's time is not unlimited.
But it's funny you mention it because there's this one thing that kept sticking in my head, and I'm not the. Anyways, this concept of something attacking from the shadows or taking over your shadow or invading your shadow. Shadows don't exist under bright light. Now, we obviously don't have bright light now, but if we had bright light, could that work to prevent shadows? Then this bad thing can't attack us, so then the whole thing gets a lot easier? Or am I just overthinking this? That's possible.
The shadow, possibly, if one could eliminate all shadow, only if it had not yet manifested.
So a huge continual bright light maybe possibly might, if we're early enough, prevent this from like doing its shadowy, scary thing.
Depending, shadows though persist.
Tonk, can't Kea produce like a lot of light for a while? Like a lot. Like we all got bigger and stronger and like much more healthy the last time they did it.
So table terms, you'd have to produce multiple same intensity lights in area so as to drown out all shadow. Right. Because any side, if you had one light source, put it on the side of anything, it would simply make a shadow somewhere else.
Right.
It's an interesting thought, but I don't know if we have the capability to create that much light.
Again, just stuck in my head. Things get lost in there. It happens sometimes.
Should I try to call to Lashnia? Or
It is certainly an option.
She's gonna want something.
it has not yet been a year. I'll call out to Lashnia, gripping the Kiss of the Changebringer, since she's the one that gave it to me. Just to see if... Because she said just call out her name and like she'll hear, so...
Sweetheart Leshnia. And you do hear a voice in your head. Caldern. Haven't heard from you in a while.
Been busy. But have a potential... We'll have a question now that I have the crystal. And though I found an alternate pathway to the one you offered, there is a being that I need to know if we could trap within it. Is the ritual... How long does the ritual take? There's a being, Verbolg, a creature of shadows. I don't know if you would know of them. Where is it?
It's Gloomfeaster is what you're looking
Gloomfeaster.
for. The Gloomfeasters. Are they currently in possession of a mortal?
Yes, a void elf by the name Ithilodon, guarding a castle, blocking our way to the Astral Sea.
Why do you seek the Astral Sea?
We have business there to help a friend.
Some friend. Yes. One could trap both beings. Though trap is really the wrong word. From how you'd understand it, they must enter willingly. By the ritual, the trick is to getting them to agree to enter.
Is there a way for the possessed to agree for both itself and the Gloomfeaster? If we manage to somehow bring it to the forefront of consciousness.
For a simple trapping, yes. If you wish to use it for your weapon, then it could only be the Gloomfeaster.
Thank you.
The crystal must be prepped. I can guide you. So mechanically, if you begin to prep it for Lashnia, it will not be able
Yeah.
to be used for Bingo's technique.
Yeah.
Once prepped, it is locked into this technique.
To trap the being within the crystal, it needs to go in of its own volition.
Yes.
So Leishnia believes that if we could get a Thylodon to somehow break free momentarily, if there's anything left of them, then we could trap the being, but then I would need to find a new crystal to make Soul Forger.
I doubt he would if he, you'd appeal to hope, which is exactly what has been devoured. I remember too well my situation not long ago. Nothing can bring us free once light and joy are gone. And I mean, I've been far away. The bug literally sits in him now.
Could he be banished? There's a Thylodon from this plane.
Thylodon is.
And there's no way to break the possession.
I don't know. My task was to kill Verbog. That's all I had my sight on.
Well, if we manage to do this, the Plank King shouldn't be much more difficult. We can call it a test. A test of our metal.
Metal we have, whether or not it works. So once we get to this village, what prep should we do? What do we need to gather or put together for this thing to work? Do we need like some number of like old priests and young priests and maybe a rabbi or something, like some concept of like some grand thing that makes us ready for this big fight? Or do we know? Like, how do we get everybody ready for like the big show?
Don't know. I've given you all the information I have on him.
You and I are basically as ready as we're going to get.
That's fair.
I think the rest of this falls to Thola and any guidance the Raven Queen can lend her. I don't quite know how Tonk's magic works, but if he knows any other spells that he'd think...
Yeah, Tonk's always there in a pinch. And Jajal can always find a way to find someone's weak spot somewhere. Simon, I will just probably send towards the problem full blaze and see what happens.
I feel like it's been more full electricity than anything.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Is it reliable?
Armor stops our strikes as well at times. creature's own abilities to parry our strikes. Nothing is certain.
Maybe the village has something. I don't know.
I say we make our way there and see what we find.
Tonk, you're awfully quiet. Are you concerned or just thinking?
I don't see a way to succeed, but not going is not an option.
There's the rub.
You joke that I am always there for you, and I will be here, but I don't know if it'll be enough.
You say joke. It's been a long time on this boat. All right. Well, let's keep progressing in that direction and see what happens when we get there. Because at this point, we're sort of full of half answers.
All right. As the hours tick by. I think with the arrangement of the cruise, if anyone needed a short rest, they could take it.
Yeah, I'll take one, please.
Unless anyone wants to try for long, it's up to you.
I'm okay. I was just going to say, let us know when the Kea HP goes, because I still have that on my sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Mel, I think you and I are the only ones that stayed up. Should we try to go for a nap?
Yeah, Rasmuth can definitely hold the prow for a while. I can at least get an hour or so. It's not a big deal.
I don't know that Rasmuth can come on deck. It's
Yeah.
too cold.
That would have to be Tonk, probably.
Tonk's more than qualified.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll take the helm.
Yeah, if you want to take an hour, I will.
I'll be on deck to guide, and I'll act as Jajal per se.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was about to say Thole is also trained. And in that case, about 8 hours go by. And you are able to take long rests.
Thank you, thank you.
And very close now, as Moki tells you, only a few more hours, you find yourself once more trapped within ice. And as you begin the now tried and true process of breaking free, screams erupt across the ice. Moki kind of stiffens.
What this time?
Blood eels.
Blood eels. You could not describe this any better. This is spot on.
Can you eat those?
Electric.
You can find them as you see lines streaming quickly towards the ship. You are currently still stuck in ice. As you see these large creatures maneuvering past the ice floes. You may roll for initiative.
Rolling.
Calm down.
Calming.
Mal re-roll. Jajal, go ahead and re-roll if you want.
Okay.
Ola re-roll.
I'm re-rolling.
They see me rolling.
Oh, that was better.
They see me.
Simon re-roll.
So I'll just do this.
You just get one.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm
Yeah.
doing a regular. What's that? Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
All right, so Mao's still 17.
Mhm.
So you're 6.
8. Because
8.
plus 2. Yeah.
Okay. Simon,
13.
13. Okay, so that's correct. Tonk 22, Jajal 27, and Kaljum 25.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good.
And the Kea plus 30 HP is still in effect? Yes, no?
So yes, it did just go away.
Okay.
Though, they've rested. They can do it again.
Nope.
That will be their blessing for the day. And so you can take the 30 back.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
you want
another
it.
30? Oh, my
Thank you.
gosh.
Well, not another, so we don't have 6.
Right, no, I know. I took the 30 off, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I took it off a while ago.
Got it. So, in that case, Jajal, it is your turn.
So, how close do they seem? Within 20, within 30, within 60?
You guess that they're within 30, but underwater.
Underwater.
That's a damn sea lion.
Those are totally eels.
Yeah, they're blood eels.
Is it solid ice, or can I see through some of the water?
You can see some. So there's probably 3 feet of ice around where you are. So past that, you can see the water. It's just enough to lock the ship down and lock the rudder. That's what you have to
Gotcha.
clear out every time.
Yeah.
Like Float Sam and Jet Sam.
Yeah.
I'm going. Yes. I run over to the side of the ship. I look over. I spot one. And my eyes go wide. I pull from my back that quarterstaff, transform it into a hook, and I shoot at the one I can see. I have to make an attack roll with a +10 bonus to hit.
That's right, because you're proficient now. You didn't used to be.
And it's ranged, right? It's a
It
ranged
is.
attack.
It's when I use the hook feature, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say hook featured because it's a fishing hook. It does not impose disadvantage. I'm going to rule it right now. Go ahead.
He's been dying to do this for so long.
With a +10, so that's just a 14. Balls.
14 hits.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Nice. So, once it hits, it takes 1d8 piercing damage and becomes impaled by the hook. It remains hooked until a creature uses its action to remove the hook or cut the line, or until you transform your weapon back into a quarterstaff.
And they
Well,
have
you
no
have to-
thumbs.
Yeah. While you have the creature hooked, it cannot move more than 30 feet away and can use your bonus action to try and pull it 10 feet closer to you. The creature must make a strength saving throw, 8 plus your strength mod plus proficiency, being pulled on a failed save. So the d8 is going to be... Where is that? Right here.
Man, we've not seen this ever. I love it.
So it takes 4 damage,
Well,
and it's...
plus your dex.
Oh,
It
it
is a
doesn't...
ranged attack.
Yeah, it's still ranged.
Oh,
you
so
can
plus 5. So 9?
use 9.
Takes 9 damage, and it's hooked, and I scream out, I got one! I got one! And then, let's see.
So this is just up to you. You can use your bonus action to do that, or you can say you can use your bonus action because you could have aimed if you wanted your sneak attack.
Oh, I want to use my bonus action to pull it 10 feet.
You got it. So what's the DC?
It is... Oh, well, that should go back. It is 8 plus my
Not
strength
hard.
mod, which is -1. Plus proficiency, which is 4. So, 12?
10.
10? No. 3,
So
11.
7 plus
11.
3 or 4.
11.
8 plus...
Well, 'cause
8
remember
plus
the
4
minus
minus
one.
1.
Yes.
11. All right. It got an 18. So it's so you pull and at the touch line, the staff bows a little bit. You're like, ah!
It's hooked. It's hooked. And that's my turn.
You don't reel when it's taught to you. Reel when it's not fighting. You're gonna break the line. You're gonna break the line.
All right, Caldrum.
Do I just let him have his fun with this thing on the line? But they're attacking the ship. I guess he's got that one pseudo restraint, so I'll pull out a Soul Forger because I don't know that these things would be resistant to it, and I will take a shot. I'll sharpshooter. 22.
22 hits. So is this a different one or the one he fired at?
Different one.
Okay.
What is going on? The dice are rolling so slow. Did I lose internet? No.
Cosmic energies.
It said a 32 to hit.
Okay.
Well,
Green
damn
32
it.
damage.
Dog.
Okay.
Okay, Matt.
Oh,
All right, the green one is hooked.
That's hooked.
Okay.
Let me refresh
Okay,
the
so
page.
boom, 32.
I'm just refreshing the page. Second
Yes.
attack. Still sharpshooter.
There we go.
19 to hit for. I'll reroll the 4 from Piercer. Sweet, so add 4. So another 32.
32. Okay, two shot. You see that the back of it and the front of it are just totally blown out, and there's like this looks like whatever would pass with the spine still is making it move, but it is bleeding.
Gross.
Totally hurt.
That's my turn.
All
it's
right.
like when they half eat the worm off the hook.
Yeah. Tonk.
I think I'm just gonna firebolt one.
All right. Want to do the one that was being hit or a different one?
The one that Caldrum shot.
Yep.
All right, and that will crit.
Ooh.
Yeah. For 25 fire damage.
25 halved to 12. And how do you want to kill it?
Well, you mentioned that it almost looked like it was just barely this spine.
Yeah.
What the firebolt just hits this spine and just sears off like the nerve tissue on the outside of the spine, and the whole thing just sort of twitches and stops moving as it seared the spine.
Nice. Seeing all the nerve damage. And it is dead and slain. Next is the hooked one. So it's going to move up to 10 feet away from Jajal and go to bite for a total miss and then dive again. And now it's about 20 feet below water. And Mao.
So There's a few visible, or at least barely visible, right? So
Yes.
being down there doesn't mean they're out of sight. They're just like,
Yeah, they're just more distant, and as long as within your normal range, with
Yep.
a range you can do with disadvantage.
all right. So the easy choice is probably just pull out the short bow, and plunk at least 2 arrows into whichever one was most recently hit.
Okay. Just do believe this short bow would be a disadvantage.
That's fine. I'll take it. First attack disadvantage.
All right. So you're doing the one that's hooked or a new one?
The new one.
Got it. All right.
So 23 hit.
That hits.
Awesome. No crit, so it's going to be 12 damage.
All right.
Second shot also disadvantage.
Yes.
That's gonna be terrible. Fail whale all day. And then it was a 10 by the way, so not gonna hit. Any other choices we have? Not really.
Can't seem to get light on that.
All right, so with the bonus action, really, there's no movement, no points. I'll just probably stay put.
Spatter. Yeah. Okay. Got it. And Simon.
Okay. So they're all pretty much in a line down there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I jump over and swim down to their level?
Yes. Do you have a swim speed?
Yes, I do.
Then yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to use my my fancy axe, ability, and force them all to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
As I shoot a line of lightning just straight through them.
Absolutely. Simon jumps down, clasps her axe.
DC 15.
Okay, that's Dex.
Yep.
I'm sorry, only 2 are in a line? Because the other one's a little further because of the hook and attacking Jajal. Are you still okay with what you're doing?
Yeah. Oh
Well,
wait.
could I? Is there any way I could position myself to get all 3?
Yeah, there is. Now that I think about it, you should be able to do that.
Okay. I'm gonna try to. If I can't get all 3, then I'm gonna do something else.
You have all 3, so 2 fails and a success.
Okay, 17 for the fails, and then 8 for the success.
All right.
Are they going to make a habit of just immediately jumping overboard?
And then
All right.
do I have any
as you
movement
do
left?
so, there's you feel a hand on your shoulder of approval briefly, and then it's gone.
Okay. Am I within 10 feet of one of them?
Yep.
Okay. Then I'm gonna bonus action, enter my quote unquote rage, and force the one that's within 10 feet of me to make another dex save.
Okay. Yeah. Put them on the other side because I don't want them on the. They weren't going to go for the. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, dex save. 19.
Okay. That succeeds.
Yeah, they're in water. They're slippery.
Okay, so they take 3 more lightning.
Okay.
And
Alright.
that's my turn.
Bloody eels have blood in the water. Thola.
No. No, I don't. I just don't remember. Were they 30 feet from where we are on?
Yes.
Deck? Oh, then this will make it easy. I'm just gonna cast Bane on all 3 of them.
Okay. That's whiz saves.
Charismas.
Charismas. Yep, all failed. All are baned.
Yeah. Have at him, Jajal. Pull him up. Pull him up.
Hell yeah.
And that'll be my turn.
Red equals Bane. Green equals Jajal.
All right. Swim up, and Tonk's right there. So these two are coming up.
Something happened. Is anyone here? Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hey. Okay, Tonk, I need an athletics check or acrobatics as one tries to grab you.
Okay. 22.
They got a 21, Tonk.
Wow.
With a -4, by the way, because they rolled a D4. So Bane saved and is unable to grab Tonk. 2 came up and used one, helped the other. So they were both now at the 20-foot mark. As their turns, and Jajal.
I still have that one on the line because it can't go any further than 30 feet.
Yeah.
And what I would like to do is, as I'm pulling, because I'm going to make it have that check again, is I scream out, I want to get one on the deck. Let's cook it. And so I'm going to keep pulling.
As a reminder, if you want to flavor it, you can probably use your sea legs here.
Oh, sweet. So that would make it 8 plus. Okay, I have to go back to it. Let's see, 8 plus, where is it down here? Dex mod, which is 5, plus proficiency is 4, so that would make it 9. 8 plus 9? Question mark? So
Okay.
17.
So 17. All right. How do you use acrobatics to do this?
I'm going to, as it's moving along towards the brow of the ship, I'm running along with it. As I'm coming up along the boxes, I'm just kind of like hopping up, and I kind of wrap my tail and my legs around the bottom half of the mast, and I just yank up.
Absolutely. All right. It only goes up 10 feet as per the ability, so it is now surface level. One more would bring it on ship.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Caldrum.
I will shoot the more damaged looking one of the other two that is not on his line.
Yep.
Don't want to spoil his fun. Well, sharpshooter, and so 24
Hits.
for 27 damage. Second one, I'll burn a grit to do Deadeye.
All right.
Your advantage. Oh, joy.
Ooh.
Misfire.
Misfire. No shot.
That's my turn.
All right. Tonk. But you really did like do bit major, blew out a big section of it, the first one. So go ahead, Tonk.
More the same.
All right, firebolt.
That misses.
Okay. What was it?
11.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Jeez. Let's see here. Then it's just gonna swim up here and try to bite Mal, the one that Jajal has Kind of jumps up and then kind of gets back into the water for 11, which will not hit. Yeah, so it just basically moves by Mao, but it's still low in the water. It's still on the water. And then Mao, it's your turn.
Time to take more pot shots. 2 more to the closest or most bloody.
Okay.
Still disadvantage, right?
Yep.
It's going to be a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
And then 10 damage.
Okay. So the one that Kaldrum had, you're severing. It looks like its head's like barely hanging on,
But it's still there somehow.
There's tendrils of shadow holding it on.
1 more disadvantage, because why not? That's going to be 22 to hit.
That hits.
And another. Actually, Piercer, reroll that. Slightly better. 10 damage.
10. With that, how do you want to kill it?
Little, arrow right through the eyeballs.
Nice. Through the eye into the brain cavity, and it floats to the surface.
Yep.
Slain.
And again, nothing to do the bonus action at this point, and nothing to move to. So I guess I'm done.
All right. Simon.
Okay, I'm gonna just swim up next to the one that is not hooked and just take a couple swings at it with my axe.
All right.
And I'll go ahead and do it recklessly.
Okay. Simon swims up.
That is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. 10 slashing, 6 lightning.
Okay. It is
And-
bloodied.
Second one. 23.
23 hits.
6 more lightning. And 12 slashing.
Nice.
And then dex save from it, if it's still alive.
It's still alive. 17.
That saves. So it takes 4 more lightning.
Okay. It is still up, though badly damaged. Dola.
I guess go with Old Faithful and toll the dead the last one that isn't on the line.
All right. Wisdom save. 8.
All right, and it's the damage. So
Oh, yeah. I rolled that d12s.
yeah. Okay. That's gonna be 16. Oh wait, plus 4 since so 20 with my little cleric feature or whatever.
How do you want to kill it?
It just you kind of see it vibrate and then it just explodes.
Nice. In front of Simon. Then Jajal.
At this point, I'm gonna call out, "Come on, guys, give me a hand!" And we try to grab this thing and rip it on board. See if we can make a meal out of it.
Okay. Make that acrobatics.
I think it's got to beat a 17.
He rolled a 23, rolled their d4 and got a 4 for 19. So it beats it.
Okay, so he's still stuck.
Yeah. Still stuck. Cowdrum.
Bring him on board, Simon.
I will switch to the molten pistol and I guess try to just shoot its head to kill it without destroying the whole thing. Sharpshooter.
Okay.
17.
That'll hit.
That's 26. It's out of the water, right?
Yeah.
So 3 fire damage on top of that.
Okay. All right.
Still up. I will take
Still up.
a second shot.
Yeah. Goes to
Natural
the head.
20.
Ooh.
Nice.
Is dead.
Yeah. But we need to let Caldum get the number.
It's satisfying.
It is. It's like when we're playing low and people just quit. You're like, I don't have the satisfaction of the way I hate all of you.
Right.
Only 37.
37. That kills it, and whoom, it gets flung up on board, ready for some suicification.
Nice. Ha-ha.
Oh yeah.
However,
What?
as it comes on board, you look and you see brimming from the surface the enormous form of the Gunekadite. The red eyes. And roughly 500 feet away, and it starts charging full speed.
Like summon.
Now, what are you going to do? You cannot avoid it while stuck in the ice. Otherwise, it will ram the ship. So,
I'm gonna tell Tonk to push a tidal wave that way. Maybe to slow it down a little bit. I don't know if that'll help at all, but you know.
Simon's gonna call for a pickaxe since he's already down here, unless he's got one with him.
If you were pickaxing before, we were interrupted.
I'm sure at some point I would have.
So you
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah.
So what if you want to break? If you want to break free from the ice as a group, you can all go ahead and make an athletics check to attempt to free it and move the ship.
Okay, well, I should still be raging, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Does-
try to.
Would sea legs apply?
It's all good. I'm athletic. Yeah, 21.
What else? Okay, you tell me how it would apply.
My legs are on the sea.
I got a natural 20 on my athletics with a
Okay.
plus 9 for 29.
Okay, 29. I need everyone else because it's a group check.
Do I make it? I'm gonna use inspiration for this one.
Yeah.
Well, we got a 29, a 21.
Okay.
Oh, good, because that gave me a
18.
18. What'd you get, Jajal?
dirty 20 with inspiration.
I got 18 with it.
All right. I need 2 others.
Do I get advantage from the hat or no?
Yeah.
And that's acrobatics with sea legs, right?
How would you do? Describe to me how you use sea legs.
Basically trying to, well, juggle the writhing seas underneath and stay on my feet. I don't know.
Almost. It's almost something there.
I'm so close to having an idea, but I'm just not.
If you could give me justification, I'll let you. But otherwise, I think it might be athletics. This is like
That's fine.
breaking something.
I'll do athletics, and it's 18.
Okay.
Oh.
And what did you get, Tonk?
1.
Good thing we carried you. No.
What's the total number?
1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 1, and I have +0 to athletics.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
So my plus 20 or my natural 20 counteracts your natural 1 there. So
Does it though?
So
I mean,
yes,
everybody else
it
The
actually.
rest of us got pretty good checks.
So actually, yeah. So where 1 in a skill check might produce ultimate failure, the natural 20 would cancel it out. And as we do the average of all the checks, you average the right number. So you are able to move it and get it behind a larger piece of ice so that the Ganaka like has to make turns and is unable to do its ramming maneuver
Woo!
on
yeah.
the ship.
Poke it in its eyes.
Also, Simon basically, as soon as he got free, is just holding onto the side of it.
So you're just holding on to the ship.
Yes, just holding onto the side.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Just because they're more focused on getting away than anything, and so not wanting to be left behind, he just jumped on and grabbed on. Just
Okay. So, boom, it moves, and as you get out of its way, it immediately dives into the water and retreats.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's what
Unifel, does the Gunakadite have any weaknesses that you're aware of?
I've never fought it.
can I get a rope, please?
Sure, coming.
There are literally vines.
Could the Derp Derp be allergic to like cannonballs or something? Like, have you ever seen it shot at or?
Moki speaks out and just says, I mean, it's the terror and has eaten many of our people. No one's figured out a way to make it bleed.
Sure likes to run away though.
That's a hunter.
It'll be back.
That's what's so hard. It's very rarely attacks when it doesn't think it can win or win easily. Plus, it doesn't have to stay in one piece.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what does that mean, Moki?
I've seen. We split up into 3 parties, 2 ranged and 1 to get its attention. And as we attacked them, its head, we saw its fins detach from its body and spin through the ice and decimate the other 2 groups. And we ran, never to hunt it again.
What the hell?
So no one wants any unagi?
I'm so down to check out this seal.
All right. What do you prepare with the eel? You've got about 4 hours to the village.
Could I harvest any of it that doesn't need to be cooked?
For what?
I don't know, just because I'm a harvester.
I loot the room.
Basically.
Could he turn its skin into some sort of leather?
What I'll give you for this is anything you could get from a plesiosaurus you may have.
From a...
Plesiosaurus.
I know.
Yes.
I don't know how to spell that.
That is Plesiosaurus.
Let me just... because it's not... There you go. Some teeth. Yeah, see, we can't eat teeth. Let's roll.
Not with that attitude. You
Nope,
can't.
only a 12. So it's fine. Tried to pull teeth, but they were bloody, and so my tool slipped.
Yeah.
They got crushed.
I'm going to just prepare some rice. We get some type of cut it up and let's see. We're gonna do it 4 raw. Maybe get some lemon juice and go from there. Maybe I'll save half of it for raw and then the other ones I'll saute.
Cool.
Maybe some smoky flavors.
While all that's being done, I'm going to go downstairs to fix a soul forger.
Okay. Make your check.
Yeah, 22, so it's fixed.
All right. So a few hours go by.
Oops.
And you continue. It's all right. We're nearly at Kianet's Rock, says Moki.
Any harbor approach directions? Anything to avoid? Any big, jagged, scary, stabby things? Or are we good?
Mostly straight ahead should work.
Okay. And then do we need to warn them or tell them that we're friendly?
No. They'll see me.
Okay. Cool.
Sits in. And finally, the village begins coming into view. You see several black and white figures, heavily bundled in warm coats, hats, and scarves, wander among simple yet striking structures. There's prominent buildings crafted from black volcanic rock that dominate the center of the small village. A faint singing drifts through the town, echoing out of an ornate icy hall in the direct center of town. From the square, the village opens up to an icy field, where thin columns of smoke rise from dozens of squat houses made of pelts and snow. Young penguil can be seen playing athletic games, racing down snow slopes, or attempting to shoot a sizable snail shell past a goalpost. And you begin to dock, and as you do so, flocks of penguil come up and greet all of you. Are you with Moki? Hey, hello! Do you need anything? We can help you out. Do they need help, Moki? Do you want some fish? They hold up they have various baskets of fish, both raw and cooked, available. And Moki says, "Look!" And kind of they show what's left of the eel, and they haul it away. And you see that Moki has actually secured some bits of Shadow Orca, and begins giving them. And they're like, "Hooray!" And they cheer. They go, "Shadow Slayers!"
Yeah.
As a few go, "We'll reward you here. We'll make you some good stuff from this." And they hit you, and they, do your ship need any repairs?
If that's possible. Mostly we need wood, but I hear you don't guys have much wood, so...
I could use metals.
Metals. See what we can do. Like, we
Just
can
to
repair
be-
it. We know how to repair things here.
But to be super clear, our ship is a special kind of ship. It's not easy to repair. You have to work with my friend Gaius over here to make sure it's the right repairs. Otherwise, it'll just fall off.
Okay. They, as you introduce them to Gaius. Yes, I can guide you. All right, then. We will do it.
And then, to be clear, are we safe here? Like, you guys don't see any angry killer whale with multiple eye attacks around here, right? The ship is okay for now?
I mean, Moki speaks up. We try not to think about that.
Okay.
But so far, so good.
Okay. We probably need a little bit of rest then.
Right. Well, I need to report to some of the elders, but tell you what, why don't I think, guys, I know the cat disappeared at one point, but if you need any wares, the village can offer much for the right amount of goods, so gold. Just come find me when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of teleporting, should I make that roll now? It's been, what, like 12 hours?
Yeah, you've seen it dawn.
Sweet. I rolled a 5. Is that 1 or 2? I forget.
2. Or no, because it's just divide by the d6 divide by 2. So that would be it's 1 2 is 1, 3 4 is 2, 5 6 is 3.
Okay. Nice. Thank you.
Winterfell, do you know these people?
No, I did not pass by them. I took a very direct route to their
They
boat.
seem very open and accepting and maybe kind.
Maybe the last vestiges of such here.
We can hope.
As you go about, you do hear rumors of more visitors. We're not seeing more like this at all. I know. The ones in my house, they hardly talk. These guys seem a little bit more friendly.
Should we meet the other guys? Turn this into like a Gangs of New York thing?
No. We already have sharks.
All right.
Anybody need anything? Anybody need any particular stuff while we're here? I think Geldrim, you said you wanted some steel
Metals.
or something. Yeah.
They have a bunch of scrap that they'll sell for gold that would accumulate to a pound of iron.
Oh, because I've been doing the the crafting stuff just based off of the price of things, just because it's easier. Because I don't know how much.
All right,
If
so
that makes sense.
So they have a gold's worth of iron.
Okay. No. Do we see the other ship?
If you want to try to find it.
Oh, we can't see it just from where we're at.
No, there's layers in the village as such where it's. So as you pull it up, there were some makeshift docks that then led up to almost what looks like a snow hill within the waters, and slightly volcanic rock that you move up to, but you could maneuver if you'd so desire.
So we could just walk the docks trying to find the ship, right?
Mm-hmm. And if you do, you see the very familiar crafting of the metal ship that you faced before. Maybe not the same ship, but from your vampire friends.
Does this one have large skeletal wings?
It has what looks like nubs that seem to have been broken off at some point.
Oh.
Anybody on the ship, attending the ship, or is it just kind of like there?
It's there, and you see a few larger figures walking around, huddled in skins, and a few stop, and they see all of you. You can see they immediately kind of go, and they start to go to draw weapons when one penguin smacks them in the head with a stick.
Hands wide open.
Nope. There will be no violence in our village. And they look, and they nod, and they make their way to some homes where it looks like some penguin families have been putting them up. They open up, they walk in, they go, "Welcome."
Must be tough.
We're needing to grab a drink around here, I think.
Not near them, or at least don't be their drink.
Moki, have any of your people had any bite marks?
Moki's not
person.
with you currently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went to go talk to the elders.
Yeah.
So when you're ready, other than that, you can get most things that you could find, though some variants. But
So when we got there, they were just offering us baskets of cooked fish.
Yep.
Okay, Simon took
Well, cooked and uncooked.
Well, yeah, but he's gonna go for one of the cooked baskets, and he's just gonna just eat like an entire basket of cooked fish.
We'll cover
Just
that.
as they're walking around, just holding
Very
the
nice.
basket in one arm and just eating it.
Are you spitting the heads out or just chomping the whole thing?
Well, I mean, typically, some of
Both
both,
sides
I
of the
guess.
Picking and choosing.
Yeah, well, it's more like some of them are too crunchy, some are, it's just extra crunchiness, right?
All right. In that case, it's those towns. As you make your way rest, and I would assume find places to rest, and maybe tell Moki you're ready. We will end for tonight.
Sounds good.
No.
I gotta think of some stories. I know they have a lot of stories and stuff. What Moki was saying, so I'm sure tomorrow or next week I'll ask about that.
Yeah, and I'll say, as you look at what's going on, it seems as though the vampires here seem to simply have agreed to the hospitality and thus accept the authority that they're being rescued and fed by these people. And as such as they are, don't wish to offend their hosts.
Nice.
We may test that.
You're welcome to. All right, Twits, we will see you next Wednesday for more of our High Sea Adventures. Good
Good night.
Good night.